Hello, I'm Steve McIntyre from ANS Global. We're going to talk about the project we've developed at London Wall Place. It was the vision of Make Architects and Spacehub, the landscape architects, to have a green infrastructure within the Barbican in the City of London, along the High Walk. To actually develop this involved doing a number of vertical green facades, and neither had the experience to deliver what was required. So ANS Global were taken on board to develop their vision.
So our vision for London Wall Place was to have nature in the city and the idea of nature reclaiming the city. So we also had a series of garden rooms that each responded to microclimate.
The vision for London Wall Place was a really verdant landscape with 3 gardens at different levels, all connected by vertical planting. So obviously the green walls were a major component, a part of delivering that vision.
To create a green infrastructure within the public realm. Something that's never actually been established within the city ever before.
The green walls were integral to the whole design. It's not a usual master plan in that a lot of the space available has been given over to the landscape and public realm, and that includes the green walls, which were about 768 square metres integrated into the facade.
We developed a plant palette based on the actual indigenous planting within the Barbican, having studied some of the historic planting of the old London Wall, brought those species in to create a green infrastructure based on using an organic substrate in the ANS living wall system. We've
got spring bulbs for colour, snowdrops and daffodils and bluebells. And on the High Walk balustrade, where the planting continues, it creates the impression of a hedgerow.
One of our main concepts was to have the idea of a native hedgerow along the High Walk with discovery species that you find as you walk along, and I think that element in particular has really lived up to our expectations.
The idea of a hedgerow was to place primroses and wild strawberries and other plants at lower levels as discovery plants within the fabric of that hedgerow.
So as you walk along the High Walk, you'll see there's different plant palettes, but they are all suitable to where they are located within the High Walk. These plant palettes will give benefits such as air purification, sound absorption and biodiversity, creating an ecology and a nesting and benefits for the local environment and for years to come.
We're very happy with the system because the soil-based system seems to deliver very abundant, healthy growth, and we're getting amazing coverage on the walls. It also allows for discrete and continuous replacement of plants so that we have renewing of the walls over time.
There was a lot of challenges within the microclimate, and as you walk along the High Walk, you will see there's up to 9 different plant palettes that can be identified, blending together to create a green and biophilic infrastructure within the City of London.
It was a case of working hand in hand on that and creating a green wall that looked like one palette and blending between one wall to the next. So ANS had regular design workshops with us on that.
Where we've got very sunny aspects, the palette's completely different, and we've got much more colourful plant material, more of a Mediterranean palette. We've got lavender and thyme, sage, achillea, wallflower, and that presents wonderful opportunity for colour in the summer periods. We've got burnt oranges and purples coming through to create a really strong piece of colourful planting at the front door for London Wall 2. We want all the planting to have a very wild and abundant character on the theme of nature taking over the city, and the walls 6 months after installation already delivered on that theme, which is very pleasing.
ANS helped us from every step of the design process. We had regular visits to the nursery where we watched the plants grow from when they were first planted to regular design meetings. So it was a really collaboration between A&S and Spacehub.
We visited the nursery frequently during that lead-in programme to check on progress and discuss concerns, and we were reassured continually there wasn't a problem, and indeed when the plants came to site we did have the foliage cover that we needed for day one installation.
We would use A&S on another project based on our experience at London Wall. The green walls have been a showstopper in the public realm, and we look forward to working with them in the future.
We felt it was a safe pair of hands for a very high profile project where the green walls were a very significant component and failure wasn't an option.